probably won't be that long. But I have just kind of had one of those days. We had Saturday was not busy, but I think we were kind of still tired from Patty. And then Sunday we had church, and then after church we had the lunch, and it was a little lengthy. We had a little church meeting afterwards, and I came home Sunday and crashed. And I literally, Josh had a doctor's appointment that I tried to go with him with, and I couldn't even do that. I've just been really, really tired, and actually physically hurting. I've taken my medicine, what I was supposed to do, but my body has just been like really achy, and that kind of, I really can't. It's a fibromyalgia flare up. That's what it is. And it's like moving hurts, doing anything hurts. It's just this overtired feeling. I did have a little nappy poo earlier in the afternoon, a little bit. But I've just been really kind of just worn out. I'm going to go have a shower in a little bit, and I'm going to get ready for bed. I've kind of been dealing with a headache a little bit and upset stomach, so I'm like, you know what? I guess I just need to rest, which is really, really hard to do sometimes. It's really hard to listen to your body. When your body is telling you, hey, this is what it needs, and all of us, especially if you're dealing with a chronic illness or fibromyalgia, go, no, we don't want to do that. And you have to. So I've been doing some crochet work a little bit today. I actually have a blanket for our pastor, and it's so crazy because this blanket literally has two colors in it. I literally right now have 10 skeins of yarn, believe it or not. I don't know how I'm going to move this. Hi, Alfonso. 10 skeins of yarn, literally, for this because of the way the pattern's set up. Oh, well, I hope that you feel better very, very soon, Alfonso. I really do. I hope you feel better, hon. We'll be certainly praying for you. That is for sure. Hi, Danielle. Yeah, it's just, it gets frustrating. I found myself going, you get frustrated, and I'm thinking, when Patty was here, we were just kind of doing something every day. And my body is not used to that at all. And if we do something, there's usually some kind of break happening, and there wasn't. I was pushing myself a lot. And so I can't push myself too much this week. I thought I've got to just do a lot of recovering my body. Now, one of the good things is that I got on the scale, and I was 276, and I'm 276.8. So I gained maybe a pound while she was here, which was a really, for me. Hi, Tuber Chat. If you and I don't have a mod in here right now, but go check out his channel. He's awesome. And he's really helped me and helped other small channels grow. The thing is that you get into this, you just sit there going, why does it have to be this hard? Thank you, Kevin. Why does this have to be so hard? I shouldn't have to do this, but you do. I don't have a lot planned this week, thankfully. I'm going to get the Tuesday devotion up tomorrow. I'm going to record that. We're going to record Topic Thursday. We're going to do Saturday quote reflections for the Saturdays we missed. We'll get all that up. We're going to do my mom and I some channel stuff tomorrow. I've really found out through a lot of thing that if you as a content creator do not plan stuff out, it really makes it so that you can really focus on the live content. if you're not sitting there having to think, oh, I've got to do a Bible verse today. Oh, I've got to do a joke today. Oh, I've got to do a channel shout out today. Those things, when they're already planned and they're already done and they're ready to just go, it makes the rest of the stuff so much easier. Hi, Heaven's Fire. So I'm gonna be working on that. And one thing that we're really gonna be working on to really just have already prepared is those pre-recorded devotion Tuesdays and topic Thursdays and all that stuff, so that we can focus on really what I totally enjoy and what I am in this for, which is the connection. I also want to start a YouTube chatter once a month where other YouTube content creators can come in. You guys can find them that are not content creators, but I can kind of share a little bit of what I've learned. I'm learning a lot, a lot. But I think that I have some knowledge and my perspective of this journey that we've been on that I would love to be able to have just documented for everybody. And I think it's really important for everybody that maybe doesn't have a channel to come in and just hear what we all do that do kind of in the background. There's three of us helping. My mom does some, I do a little bit, my husband does some. And I think that it would, I think it would be of some help for people to realize, hey, there's a lot more work than just pressing that big red button to get to where you're going to get to the point where you have memberships and super chats and all that stuff. And I just thought it would be nice to document it as we grow and hit those milestones and have it documented down the road for people that are starting channels to be able to have just some knowledge of things we found that worked for us. We're going to start Mocha Watches back because the next goal is now to get to the 4,000 watch hours, which we're only about 900 away, and to get to the 1,000 subscribers, which I think we'll get with the Gail Southern Living. She is a little bit under the weather. I did ask if she wanted to come on and talk about Fall Fest. But hi, PJ. And asked if she wanted to talk, but she's under the weather. So I will this week because the video is going to come out on the 2nd, 8 a.m. or 8 a.m. Eastern, and I think 9 a.m. Central. But I want people to understand how that's going to work, so I'm going to do something as best as I can. She did do one on another channel, so what I think I'll do too is tag the video for you guys that want to participate in it, either by channel or as just a person that wants to enter in for the giveaway. Even if you are participating, you can still do that. I will put that on the community post so that you can understand how that's going to work. But I want to kind of do my own a little bit because I want you to understand how we're going to do the playlist. We've really kept it on our channel. Everything has literally been a playlist. You go to it and you play our playlist, and I didn't want to mix that with any other playlist. But I will put that on, but I want to make it specific so that when people are going to help us and run our playlist, they'll know that all of this is Blessed to Crochet, and this other one is going to be filtered in with other channels so that they're not running that thinking they're helping us entirely. I want to make that really clear from our playlist. And there will be a Pacific Fall Fest playlist because we plan to do this next year too. And I think we'll get some growth. I'm excited to see what will happen. When we hit the 1,000 milestone, we are 1,000 subscribers and we get fully monetized, we're going to have a party, guys. It'll be put out there. It won't be exactly the moment it happens, but I didn't do anything with everything happening with Patty and me just trying to realize, yeah, you need to hit that button that says turn on memberships. I didn't realize that that's what needed to happen. And so I was just literally, we were just doing it live and figuring out, oh, that little button that says turn on memberships. That's what we needed to do. And so there are memberships and super chats available now you can do to support the channel. But when we hit that 1,000 and we get fully monetized, we're going to have a party. We'll have a celebration. Maybe we'll even have some people come on that want to come on the channel and celebrate with us, and we'll do a giveaway. So that may be separate. The giveaway may be a video, and then we'll do we'll do a live giveaway or something. We'll do something, but we'll do a giveaway. And I've seen people do giveaways where other channels contribute to that person, and then they do that. So we could think about doing that too. So when we do that, we're going to have a party, guys. Believe me, we're going to have a party. And we're going to get back to Lighthouse Mondays because I really enjoy connecting with you all that way. And I know that a lot of people do as well. And we're going to start trying to do a little bit of Saturday night hangouts again, because that was really fun too. And we'll get back to that, I promise. We have some more painting of those little circles. They're going to take me a while to paint. So we'll do that this week sometime. I'm just hoping that tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to feel better. I just felt like I just wasn't feeling good all day. And I thought, you know what? I need to listen to myself and rest and take it easy. So, and that's what I've done. But it's not easy. It's not easy when you're doing it. And then people, if you have people in your life that aren't struggling with fibromyalgia, they don't understand it. It's like, well, you look perfectly fine. And if they're not dealing with it and they're not going through it, they don't understand it. They don't understand that, well, you slept for 8 hours. You should be fully rested. You should be fine. And you're not. You're tired. And you're sore and everything hurts. And it's just like, like I said, my husband had a doctor's appointment today. And I was just like, he just took one look at me and said, "You're not going anywhere today." He said, "I can just tell it." I'm like, thinking of I needed to be in comfy clothes today, and I just needed to rest. And I just felt like I had no energy whatsoever. And unless you're dealing with fibromyalgia, you don't understand it. You just don't. I totally understand. I hope you feel better. I had to do the same thing this past week. I feel a lot better. Well, that's good. And I would be willing, any channel that would love to have me on, I would be more than glad to come on and talk about fibromyalgia. I think it's a very, very, I think people just think it's just widespread pain, but there's so much other that comes with it that I think that if you're not knowledgeable and it becomes it becomes somewhat daunting. I'm going to say that right now. When you know, hey, I'm going to be hurting every day for the rest of my life. Some days are going to be worse and some days are going to be better. There's not a day that's going to go by that I'm not going to hurt. How exhausting is that? Honest to goodness gracious. That is just absolutely like, you might as well go, what's the point of living? You have to find your way. You have to get tools within your toolbox. If you're dealing with a family, the whole mental thing, absolutely. If you have a family member that deals with it on a daily basis, you better start learning about it and understanding that it's not just the widespread pain. It becomes the depression sets in. It becomes the memory fog. It becomes the anxiety, the insomnia. It's like, go to bed and wake up and go, oh yeah, I don't feel like I slept an egg all the time. Even though I've slept for 8 hours, I still feel tired. Moving sometimes. There's times, and this made me sound ridiculous, but if you're dealing with it, where I think it was last night or the night before, I just said, I am so sore and I'm in so much pain, I cannot get up and go through and brush my teeth. I did all that I could. I lay down. I cannot move anymore. I cannot get up to brush my teeth. If I get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, I will brush my teeth. Now, that may sound so silly. Just get up from your bed and just walk a little bit. I couldn't do it. I physically could not. I had no energy left. And I've had those times. They're rare, but I've had that time to say, guess what? Teeth brushing isn't happening tonight. Yep. You don't want to be a bother. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You need to move. Here's the other part of it, Danielle, that becomes the problem, is you need to move. But when your muscles are inflamed and so sore, they need to rest. When you have to listen to your body enough to realize when it's saying you've got to rest. But then when you're having your good day, you need to move. Then if you move too much, what happens? You need to, it's becomes sometimes a vicious cycle. Your disability doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your entire family and the rest of your community. Absolutely, Alfonso. Hi, DJ. How are you? Absolutely. 110%. But that's where understanding comes into play. Now, I've talked to the person, and she said she thinks that would be a great idea, and we'll do that. I'll get together with her. She has a new channel, so I don't want to do that just yet. But I said, what do you think about coming together and having a discussion about our different beliefs? And at the end of the day, what I want to show is we believe differently, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, we're friends. Because I don't think that that's happening in today's world enough. Where you differ in opinion from somebody, or you have different beliefs, at the end of the day, you can sit there and say, I still think you're a cool person, and I still want to be your friend. We can have different opinions. We just need, beliefs. We just need to respect each other. And I don't think it happens enough. I really don't. And I'm sorry to be moving my phone, but if I'm holding it a little bit right now, it hurts and I have to move it around. Listen to your body. It's so true. Yes. And not being upset. And if you're a family member that is dealing with somebody who has a chronic illness, guys, if they're telling you that they need to rest and they need to take a nap, you may not understand it. You don't have to understand it. But you have to sit there saying to them, guess what? I'm not in your body. I'm not living in your body. Right? I don't know what it's like. They could be, if you're not dealing with it on a constant basis, you have to sit there lovingly and say, okay, you it's your body. You have to do what's best for your body. And sometimes we need to have ourselves pushed a little bit. No joke. My husband recently in our counseling session, I really wanted to start going to the pool. That probably won't happen until Thursday. And just start moving around. Well, there's a fitness class in the pool where they just do gentle, not heavy. And I said to him, honey, I need a little bit of pushing. Because we'll go, and then it'll be a while, and then we'll go, and to be consistent. So he's helping me, and I'm helping him. But you have to also know where your limitations are. Where you're saying, you know what, I can't handle this today, I'm sore. So I would really encourage you, if you have a family member that's dealing with any kind of chronic illness, learn about it. And take the time to listen to other people that are going through it. We can go to Google and read all about it. But start getting on maybe some YouTubes that are talking about fibromyalgia and what it's like to live with it. What it's like to live with this kind of thing. There's Facebook groups. Start getting involved with them and reading and getting it from a perspective. I know for me, when I was raising Christina, it became frustrating at times because I could walk into a bookstore and pick up a book that talked about autism. Guess what? We were talking about one person with autism. What worked in that book for her, for that child, 9 out of 10 times would not work for Christina. I had to do what worked best for her. Now, I could get some pointers, but the best thing that worked for Christina was having behavioral therapists come into our home and do a behavioral plan suited best for what Christina needed. And so, if you're someone that has a family member who is dealing with some kind of special need, do yourself a favor, get more informed about it, and understand it from a perspective of somebody that is going through it, because it will give you a very, very, well, hi, Red Eye Pirate. It'll give you a very, very different view of the person. It really will. It'll give you a different view of the person. It'll give you a different view of what they're going through. And then maybe sit down with them and say, you know, I was in a Facebook group. I did this with Christina. And I watched, what was it? Temple, I'm going to probably say her name, Grandin. And she was the lady who had autism that did that movie. I sat down and I watched the movie. I sat down and listened to the movie with Christina and had her watch it. Then I listened to her narrating the movie, Temple narrating the movie. And as we were watching the movie, I said to Christina, is this what you're going through now? Everything she did, she went through, but she opened my eyes to a different perspective. And Temple, as the movie was going on and she was narrating it, opened my eyes. So that's a great way if you're having somebody and you're saying, I don't understand this whole thing. They look perfectly normal. They look perfectly healthy. They look like they could just do anything. Sit there and maybe get involved with some of those Facebook groups that is dealing with that. And then you can have a better idea from other people and say, well, you know what, maybe I need to learn more about this. I think if we have a family member that's dealing with it, we got to get more educated. We do. Not only for them, but for ourselves, because we're not in their body. I mean, I had to watch my grandfather with multiple sclerosis. I will never understand what it's like to have multiple sclerosis because I wasn't in his body. But I lived with it. I had to watch him in a lot of pain and go through stuff. So when somebody else is dealing with multiple sclerosis, I have a very special place in my heart because of my grandfather. And I can sit there sending them prayers and well wishes and all that kind of stuff because I watched somebody I loved having to go through it. But I don't know what it was like in my grandfather's body. Only he did. But I know how devastating it can be for the person you're watching. So I would encourage that, and that's one of the reasons we talk about it on this channel. Not to sit here and say, oh, she's talking about fibromyalgia. I'm talking about it because maybe you have a family member, you know somebody that's going through it. And if I can give you just a little bit of insight of what it is like to live with it, maybe it'll help you understand them a little bit better. Give them a little bit more sympathy. And I'm grateful I have family that sits there and, you know, I said to my husband, would be upset if I not go to the doctor? He said, no. He said, not at all. Hi, Silver, how are you? He said, not at all. He said, I understand. He said, you look like you're hurting today. And I am. And I've had to take a step back and go, okay, body, you're telling me you're not going to be doing much today. And that's why when people in the chat and other chats say I struggle with fibromyalgia, you know what I say? Gentle hugs. Because I have family who'll sit there saying, can I give you a hug? And I know that sounds terrible to sit there and say that. But some days, you better give me a very gentle hug because even the touch hurts. I have clothes sometimes that when I'm really bad and I'm hurting, they have to be so soft because even the touch of a clothing can hurt. And people don't, if you don't deal with it, if you don't live with it, you have no idea. And I have great sympathy for people that come through and say, that say I have fibromyalgia, because a lot of people think it's all in your head. They really do. They think it's all in your head. And please realize, and I did a live a couple days ago, it was so impactful. Anybody coming into this channel, please don't suffer in silence. We're not here to suffer in silence. If you're going through a difficult time, if you're having a difficult day, if you're having a difficult month, please realize that this is a safe place in which you can come and discuss. You do not have to ever suffer in silence. I don't want anybody doing that ever. Because we do in life go through difficult times, and we just have those things where, guess what? That's why I titled this one, it's one of them days, because we all have them. It's not terrible. Nothing major has happened in our life. It's just one of them days where it's like either, something went wrong, or we're dealing with a chronic illness, or, you know, we something happened today that was just like, we've all had one of those days. Can we just go back to bed and wake up and it all start new again? Now, whether I wake up tomorrow and I'm feeling better, I don't know. I'm hoping I will, just by a little bit, but if not, I'll take another day to relax. Well, yes, we've had it. Like DJ is saying, yeah, today again just didn't go right. Absolutely. We've all had one of those days. I think I sat there thinking, was Saturday? Saturday I did. But I really enjoy waking up and having my cup of coffee and having about an hour just to relax and have my breakfast. And I haven't had that for a couple of days. And I had that this morning. And then I realized that, guess what? Even if I sit and have my cup of coffee for an hour, I'm still going to have a painful day. Been nonstop working, trying to get the personal things taken care of. Well, we'll be thinking of you for sure, DJ. But it's good that you're trying to take care of them, whatever they are. You know, I think that the quote was very fitting for today. And I forgot totally what it was, but we don't make we don't have we're not perfect, so we can't have perfect plans. So trying to do a perfect plan and holding it off for tomorrow when what you can do is for today. You know what I mean? We're not going to, nothing's ever going to be perfect. We're not perfect individuals. It seems like all I do is work and try to get somewhere, but I can't get anywhere. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. And I'm sorry that feels like you feel like you're just in this whirlwind. I get it. I get it. But, I think that that's why it's so important. And I'm so glad I started the Mocha Watch, because I think that was one of the things, too, when it came to people realizing, hey, this is what I need. Sometimes we don't tell people, hey, this is what we need. But people, and that's good news. And I'm going to be running some of your stuff this week, I promise. After we just got so, yeah, after Patty left, it was like I knew it was going to take a little bit to recover from all that. But I think that sometimes we think we got this perfect plan, right? And we're going to make this perfect plan happen. And then, well, we'll plan this whole perfect plan for tomorrow. And then what happens? inevitably, it doesn't turn out perfect. I've been told at work by coworkers that I need to overcome my traumatic experience with stairs that I had back in 1998 in high school. I was told I needed to forget about that experience. I don't think you need to forget it, Alfonso. And if you could go talk to a therapist or somebody to help you process through that, it's not forgetting, it's overcoming it. But overcoming it in a way that you can do it in a healthy spot. And that's what you're not on anybody else's timetable but yourself. And you have to remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase one step at a time, right? Don't try to look at the whole staircase, because that in itself can be overwhelming. There's traumatic things about things that happened in my life I've dealt with, but I will never forget. My uncle is no longer here, right? He is no longer here. He passed away in 2013. But there was some traumatic things that happened with him and his drinking that affected me. And I have forgiven the man. I have dealt with it. I have processed through it, but I'm never going to forget it. It's part of my story. I'm ready for September. It's going to be the most busiest month for YouTube. Hopefully, my watch hours will skyrocket from everything in September. It's going to be exciting. I got overwhelmed when I hear the noise of people coming down behind me. Then maybe when you're doing it, you can have a friend that you trust behind you, so that they're going to be there, so you know that you're protected behind it. And you do it when you're ready. Don't do it. You do it when you're ready, not when they're ready. It'll come when you're ready to do it. And DJ, I don't know if you want to look into Gail Southern Living, if you want to look in that, as long as you're in the United States. But I think for myself personally, that's where I'm going to get I'm going to get to my 1,000 subscribers, is through that, the Fall Fest. That's where I think I'm going to get my 1,000 subscribers. The watch hours will come. We're going to be plugging away on some relaxations. I figure if I do 3 for the next 3 every 3 to 4, at least one a week in September, October, November, and December. I usually get about 50. Hi, Papa Smurf. I usually get about 50 watch hours per one, and I'll be okay. I had a real bad day, but I'm okay now. I had a minor breakdown as well. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Papa Smurf. It's not okay. But I'm glad you're okay, though. I'm sorry that you had a breakdown. I hope that you're resting and that you're taking the night easy. That's what I'm trying to do all day. I've just been really sore. I've just been like every movement hurts. And I'm ready for bed. I'm ready for bed. And I'm going to get ready shortly and bring this crochet project into our bedroom. But again, this crochet project has there's 2 colors in this blanket. Would you believe that I literally have 10 skeins of yarn attached to this one thing because of the way the pattern's set up? Already a part of Gail Southern, a part of a lot of stuff this month, but from what it looks like, it will be like that for the rest of the year because of the holidays. Well, I think that's where a lot of us will grow as YouTubers. Through the holidays, I think the summer kind of slacks off, and people, when the fall comes and everything, then I think that's, people, and then when the winter comes, I think people hit a lot because they're inside a lot more. Yeah, I'm just chilling now, trying to do my new house up and my garden as well. I'm basically by myself doing it. Well, I'm glad you're chilling and relaxing. I don't know if Jen will be on tonight. I may not be awake for Jen. I don't think so. Yep, because I think people in the summer, they're out and about and they're not doing it. But I think if we can realize the importance of all this connection thing, we can realize the importance of when we're struggling, when we're having a difficult day. It is one thing that I really want to focus on from now, from September through December, the end especially, and make that really almost like, yeah, that needs to be a new year resolution. But why do we need to wait till January? The quotes that I've done for Mondays on quotes, right? I've done kind of what was it, fall quotes in September, and what I have done a little bit is October and November are going to be Thanksgiving quotes. I want to do things that we're thankful for. I don't think that we should just do it in one month. I think that there's so much that we can be thankful for throughout the year. That I think when we think with a thankful heart and we think of all the things we have to be thankful for, that we tend to grow in a really impactful way. And then, of course, we'll do Christmas quotes. I was sick for a month, and then I'm doing all that as well as everything. I just came to a head. Oh, I'm so sorry, though. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better, Papa. You love staying busy, especially in the holidays? I like staying, and here's another thing, people, too, when you're dealing with fibromyalgia, is you cannot, like today, I had plans. All of them had to go right out the window because I couldn't do any of them. And so tomorrow I'm like, yeah, I'd like to do this. And yes, I'd like to do this. But will my body allow me to do this? Yeah, I got my beer log in my corner now. That's good. If you worked hard all day and you enjoy that, then go for it. It's like, I thought, well, I ain't gonna plan for tomorrow. Wednesday is my therapist appointment. I'm not gonna plan anything for tomorrow. I've got what I think I'd like to do tomorrow. If I can get some more stuff scheduled. And that's one thing that I'm like, okay, I've got enough stuff scheduled to almost the end of the month. Then I got to start the whole craziness over again. And I'm thinking, I got to get on that. So everything's scheduled, at least all the short stuff and the shout outs and everything, all the way to the end of the month or the end of the year. I don't want to think about that. I want that all ready to go up and get done. And so that's something that I'm going to be working on. And that we are going to be working on to get done. I don't know what it is, but when I'm not busy, it makes me feel frustrated. I can understand that. And it's crazy because I'm not busy, but I have a very hard time sitting and not doing anything. So at least if I have my crochet hook in hand, I feel like I'm doing something when I can't do anything. Because I have a very difficult time just sitting there doing nothing. It absolutely irritates the dickens out of me. I have to have, my hands have got to be busy. If I don't have, if it's hurting too much to move, like just right now, just moving my hand from here to here, everything is just sore. So I know that for me, I have to, so I've got to, my hands have got to be busy when just walking and moving hurts. I can't sit and do nothing. I get too frustrated. And then what I do is start going here. And I say, I'm hurting. This hurts. This hurts. And my focus is not on anything else, but I'm hurting. And that is a dangerous place to be. That puts you down in a spiral that nobody wants to be in. It really does. And you can do that by getting yourself busy. And sometimes we don't want to go. Like there was one day we went to the Y and went in the pool, went for the class, and I've got to get back to that because I really enjoyed it. I didn't want to go. Wake up, and it's 7:30. I don't want to go, but I was really glad after I went. I just thought, I don't want to go. So sometimes we need to do something that we necessarily don't want to do, but when we get done doing it, we feel better. And sometimes we need our friends to push us a little bit that direction. Of course, there wasn't anything happening today, so we'll see where it was tomorrow. And I wasn't as hungry today as I've been. After my aunt left, I was just like really, really hungry. And I think it was because my body, and I was craving protein because my body was trying to repair itself. I wasn't as hungry today as I've been. I mean, I was just like, I am hungry because my body was like, you put out all this energy and we got to replenish some stuff and muscle and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I've got some topics. If there's topics that you guys would like for me to do on and for us to discuss, I think what I'm going to start doing is do a community post at the very beginning of the month and have people put topics that they would like to have discussed. And different ideas of different topics that we can come together and discuss. Because I have ideas, but I think it's also important for you guys within the community to come along with ideas as well and topics that you would like to bring to the table and discuss, whether it's, you know, planning, different ways of planning things, dealing with asking for help. Maybe we need to talk more about that. You know, other topics, you know, dealing with, better self-confidence of yourself. Whatever the topic is that you think would be a great discussion thing, I'll start next month doing a community post at the very beginning of the month saying, okay, give us topics that you would like to discuss so that we can discuss those things and you guys come to the table bringing ideas and suggestions, because something that I could say, as wonderful as it is, maybe somebody's going to say something in the chat that's going to mean 10 times more to that person, and I hope so, than what I'm going to say. You know, the magic does really happen within the chat. And when we discuss topics, there's a lot of really good ideas and suggestions that come about with people in the discussion that happen. And it's really, really, it becomes really, really helpful. Also, I'm going to get together with my daughter's former therapist, and behavioral therapist, so we can talk about that sometime this month. I have Christina's singing she did at the church with when my aunt is here, and I will make sure that I upload that this week. I also have the horseback riding that they did together, which was so precious, and I will be uploading that video. Now, those videos will go out to members first, and then they'll be released. That is the only thing I did. If you are a Blessed Disco Ball member, those videos will come out first to the members, and then they'll come out to everybody else afterwards. That's the only perk that's different within the 99-cent membership and the $2.99 membership. And I'm trying to save a spot too, because I'm going to be adding when like Halloween comes up and fall and Christmas, I'm going to be saving some spots for some special emojis that we can put in there. And the more members we have, the more we can grow them emojis. We can put more emojis in. But I've got like a Christmas tree and a snowman. I may make the snowman something that's just always in there because I love snowmen. I was raised in Florida, but I love them snowmen. I truly, truly love the little snowmen. I don't know why. It's just something I've always, I could use. To me, snowmen can be all year round. It's one of my favorite things is snowmen. I love snowmen. So, and it'll be fun, especially to go down to the Amish country in the fall because the fall leaves are going to be gorgeous in the fall to go down there, and we'll take you down there and show you around. There's fall leaves already starting to happen. So this year, I have every intention to make it down to the Amish country during fall and be able for you all to see the fall leaves. That is going to be awesome. That is going to be beautiful. And I'm going to try to get with some other content creators as well and see if I can do some collaborations with them as well. And I know when Gail was feeling better, she was going to have me on her channel and talk about fibromyalgia. And then I think my husband is probably going to get together with my other keeper. I will be on there too as well. I don't think he'll show his face. But he was diagnosed with a very rare genetic, issue. And I think that he's going to be eventually very ready to talk about it. And it is very rare. And it would just be something to have people be informed with. Lori says, perhaps a topic considering the value and merit and worth of acknowledging and managing traumas of our past. It is only I take a picture of that. It's only negative if we chose to be so. Forgiveness is personal to the individual. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a great topic. It would be a great topic. I wish I could go out to a farmland, but my brother-in-law hates the farms and ranches. He doesn't like the country life. He doesn't want my nieces exposed to agriculture. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. Hi, Marshall. How are you? Not sure what's going on, but your thoughts and prayers. Oh, I was just talking about the fact that I was just my fibromyalgia and me we were not on speaking terms today. I was just having one of them days where I didn't feel like could do much of anything but crochet. I still think it's a hoot that this blanket that's supposed to have 2 colors in it. I have about 10 skeins of yarn coming from this project. I'll have to take a picture of it because it's like, oh my goodness. I think it's the most skeins I've ever had coming from one project ever. And usually on these kind of projects you do, but not 10 of them. My Lord. So I'll get through it. I think it's just, it's just, and I think a great other topic to have is listening to your body. Because we also, remember, true peace comes within the heart. I like that. I think that we fight when our bodies are trying to tell us rest, when our bodies are trying to tell us something that we don't want to hear, we get frustrated and we get angry. And then we don't listen, right? And then we're worse off. And when you are dealing with a chronic illness, you need to be more in tune with what is going on with your body than before. Personally, I hope near to let go of my past as hurtful added baggage as it's been. It continues to provide valuable learning. Yes, I offered to pay to go to the pumpkin patch last year, but my brother-in-law said no because he said that he would. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Alfonso. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. It's a shame. I'll be praying that changes. But you know what, Lori, I agree with that. I think that we have to let our past go. We have to let our past go. I, one of the things as I look and I think, as my husband and I have gone through therapy recently, still going, I really kind of think to myself, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I go through this? Because I don't need to go to therapy. I've worked through all this, and I really hadn't. I hadn't worked through it all. And I can now, in a very different way, tell my story, and I have on Surviving Together, and I probably will tell it on my channel, about what happened with my uncle. I can tell it in a way now that does not affect me the way it used to. I've come to a better understanding of what it's like through Tommy channel, through the lifeboat, to understand what it's like to have somebody who is addicted to something and understand what his battle was and what his fight was and what he had to go through on a daily basis. I've had more empathy than I did before. And it's helped, along with going and just talking about it and processing through it. Understand having a chronic illness as well, but we can overcome all. The only true disability is one we believe exists. Everything else is just an obstacle waiting to overcome. Let go of the past, but not the lessons taught. Absolutely. I will say yes. You can overcome, and there's days where I have to push a little bit. I'm always going to be somebody that deals with fibromyalgia. That's never going away. I have it. I can be frustrated with it at days. Hi, Jason P. What are you cooking? You gonna help me? You gonna bring me? You gonna cook me something? I can be frustrated with it at days. I can get mad at it at days. Very few, but I can. I'm always gonna have it. That's not gonna change. And I'm not on here asking anybody be sorry for me at all. Far from it. But I also feel like I have a voice for other fibromyalgia patients out there that are dealing with this, to be able to say, you're not going to overcome this. There's no cure for this. Enchiladas, that sounds good. There's no cure for this. You're not getting over it. But you need to find tools within your toolbox that help you get through your day. And to me, that's overcoming it. To me, today I overcame it because I didn't push myself. When not to push, exactly. You also got to know when to push. I always have these days, sometimes like more often those days than the good ones, but I'm learning to focus on positive mindset. Absolutely. It's why I say, if you are a fibromyalgia patient, start getting tools in your toolbox. I don't care if it's an adult coloring book. You get it out, start taking the colored markers and start coloring it. Because if you're sitting there thinking, I'm in pain, 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 that's all you're going to think about. I wasn't able to crochet as long today. Sometimes I can sit and crochet for 3 or 4 hours. I couldn't do that today. I had to take breaks, and I had to allow myself to close my eyes a little bit, and I would put it down and then I'd pick it up. And I took it very easy today because I knew where my body was saying, wait a minute, you have pushed too hard. And I almost felt like I was coming down with something, whether I am or not, I don't know. I was kind of getting those cold chills, and I thought, you know what? No, Mary, you got to stop. And that's where, to me, when you listen to your body enough, you win. You can't always control the situation, but you can control your reaction to it. Right on. Nor will I let you go. I have found not yet found benefit for myself or others doing so, but certain that speaking only for myself. Yes. That's why I got into content creating and such. I a lot thinking of the content is to help others in the many ways, but also help myself to keep my mindset. I This channel was created for me to have connection because it's something I need. It is something that helps my mental well-being. Even my therapist has said that it is tremendously helpful for you to have that connection. Any super chats, any membership funds, any of the monetization goes to my mom. She does a lot of the behind the scenes work. I just want to have the connection. I don't care about anything else. I just want the connection. I don't get anything off of this except for the connection. Anything that goes for monetization purposes goes to her. And my dad had some debt that I'm glad I can sit there and help my mom. And it makes me feel good that I can help her because she helps me in so many ways. There's days where I'm not able to do laundry and she has to help with that. Or I'm not able to do cooking and she has to come and do it. So she's helping me, and this is my way I can help her. But I'm getting priceless connection with you guys that is helping me mentally. It is helping me in both physically and mentally deal with the fibromyalgia. Geek culture is just my fun one. But this is my emotional, spiritual, and physiological and creative one. Absolutely. I think there's a lot to be said to it. And I think that I see more and more lives happening on YouTube, and connections being made and friendships being made. And, I'm like, I look forward to my morning coffee and sitting with the lifeboat in the morning and seeing Spanx. And I enjoy going at night and seeing the lifeboat at night. And then if I can't go to sleep, Pup Groomer's on. And if I can't go to sleep, still, Chow Yun Smut's on. And sometimes Kristen will pop on. And I enjoy it. And I look for that live content and meeting people. And, it's just, it helps you so much mentally. But at the same time, there's times you need to take a break. And kind of today I did a little bit. I did, there was times where I just kind of shut everything down and just kind of said, okay, I need a break. Always here to listen. I just know I believe in you and value you. Well, thank you very much. That's awesome. I think we're always here that we can. I think that's why I did this channel. And I know people sit there and say, but it says crochet. Yeah, but you don't have to crochet to be a part of this community. What are you blessed to do? And yes, I use this as my tool. But I'm also trying to get people out of the kind of breaking the thing that sits there and says, well, I see that channel Blessed to Crochet. Well, they just do crochet stuff. I'm not going to go check them out. Check them out. If you're not sure of a channel, I have to move a little bit. If you're not sure of a channel by its name, don't judge a book by its cover until you go in there and say, oh, wait, they're not doing crochet. They're talking about it at times. They're doing yarn reviews and they're doing stuff. They're not teaching anybody to crochet. They're doing a lot of live content stuff and a lot of uplifting stuff. And they're not doing that kind of stuff. Okay, well, maybe I need to not judge the book by its cover. It's kind of why we've stuck with that name, because we loved it. And I love the saying of saying, we're blessed to crochet. What are you blessed to do? And it's not just one thing. It's a bunch of things that you're blessed to do as a person. Show it off. But let's get get past the stereotype of looking at channels by their name and judging them before you go in there and say, wait a minute, this is a really cool channel. Same with mine. They see the martial art reflections and think it's just martial art related, but it's about deeper meaning and inspired by, but not limited to, my martial art journey. I think that's wonderful. And if you ever would love to collaborate, I'd love to be able to do that, because I think that it's something to say about that too as well. There was something else I was going to say and it just totally went right out of my mind. Oh, you know, another thing, here it is. I've been really paying attention a little bit more to people's community tabs. And I'm going to tell you what's happening with that. And I wanted to say this. What is happening with that is that by doing that in my feed, when I go through my feed, I'm seeing more of people's community tabs, because I'm sitting there realizing I go and I look at the shorts, I look at the videos, and then I see if they do lives, and I forget their community tabs. And I'm starting now to really look at the shorts, then I go in to look at the community tab. Then I'm going to look into the live content and the video content. I'm paying more attention to the community tabs. And what is happening in my feed is I'm actually getting it more people's community tabs. And I'm really starting to learn a little bit more about their channel that way. And and that's why I'm, I don't think I can ever overuse your community tab. I really don't. That's why we're doing the take a break shout outs. Now, I did do a shout out today for a channel that took and did such a sweet, she really did, and several people came over, gave beautiful, beautiful comments. And she did a special shout out, so I did a special shout out on my on my community tab, and she's only about 40 away from 1,000 subscribers. So if anybody wants to go look at that, I did that today. But I really think that's why we're doing the take a breaks. Is we're going in and looking at other channels and putting them up there, and I think it's bringing in. I think it's bringing in people that are other channels to come in to look at us. I think other people are going to other channels. And like I said, right now we're not paying too much attention to numbers. Okay? We're trying to focus on channels that have 1,000 or below. At the max, 5,000 subscribers. Hi Starlight, how are you? And that's the channel right there. She did a sweetheart of an absolute shout out. I thought it was awesome, and I'm glad I was able to post it. So everybody go to the community post and go and give her a subscribe for me. That's why we're doing it. As we grow, the cap will always be take a break. We'll have no more than 5,000 subscribers or less, and we'll be really focusing a lot on those channels that have 1,000 subscribers or less, because I think that as you grow, hi Lisa, as you grow as a content creator, you really can become like a big brother or sister to those small little channels. They just need a boost. They really do. They just need a little bit of a boost and somebody coming beside going to check them out. And you can really make a difference in their channel by doing that. And so I didn't want to do, oh, well, awesome. I never wanted to make that part of a membership, because we really enjoy doing that. And I hope you guys are getting some benefit out of take a break channel shout outs. And I thought, we don't want to take these away. We really enjoy doing that for other channels. And it's our way of giving back. And I thought, I don't want to take that away. It's people are hopefully enjoying it. And we'll start the Mocha watch back up. I've got a cute picture of Mocha. just sitting out there bathing in the sun. And I thought, I'm going to do that next post. I'll get an update. And then when the fall leaves start, I can start doing like fireplaces and stuff. Well, thank you very much. I didn't know what I was doing when I started pressing the big rib. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing. I think that you can tell people that are just genuine. You know, I have several people that have become very close friends, and they'll go, you know what? Well, thank you, Heaven's Fire. You know what? The person on the other side of this box here, right? All right, Jason P. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. The other person on the other side of the screen is just as there's no difference, and that's what I hope I never am. I want to be the same person you guys see here is the same person. And they'll all tell you she's got such a big heart, and I always do. And I always will take care of my husband will say, you take care of everybody else before you take care of yourself. Same, I started my stuff as writings and then eventually thought YouTube was a medium that I could utilize to reach more people. Yep. We started it because we wanted to show off our crochet stuff. And then I got on the lifeboat and I thought, oh, I'm just going to hit. I never thought I'd get to memberships, and this channel would get to memberships, and you know, who wants to look at this girl, right? You know, talking her head off. I never thought we'd get to memberships and super chats, but, well, hi, Wolf Star Production. Well, welcome. Welcome, and let me just explain to the people that are coming in that see all these disco balls going around. They have no idea what it is. I want to explain what the disco balls are. And we do have memberships. I'm going to do the YouTuber thing. We do have memberships available, and we do have super chats available. So we do have those two things. So hit the like, hit the dislike. Hopefully you hit the like, but I'm not going to tell you how to think. And hit that subscribe button. If you're looking at the disco balls thinking, what is all about the disco balls? We have a saying here that has become a really big importance. First of all, when we started this, my husband and I love lighthouses. Okay? Oh, well, that's awesome. Awesome. We love lighthouses. So I thought, well, you know what? We can be lighthouse beacons, and we are. But there was another saying that people have adopted, and that is, you know, we are broken pieces. I should memorize it by now, right? I've said it enough. We all are broken pieces of glass put together, you know, if you think about it, put together on a disco ball to make a magical ball of light. You're not broken. You're a disco ball. So, you know, we're all broken, right? And when you think about a disco ball, it's a bunch of broken pieces of glass put together to make a magical ball of light. And so if you see the disco ball, you'll understand that saying took off like you cannot believe. And we also have a group called the Disco Ball Warriors, and I need to put that in the description. And I am on Weight Watchers. I've kind of restarted after my aunt came last week. She was here for a week. She's been diagnosed with stage 4 liver and lung cancer. So that was our last week to really have with her while she's feeling well. And we had that. And so I was on Weight Watchers. I lost like 4 pounds, and I only gained like a pound with her visit. And so we started a Facebook group. We have the Lighthouse Beacons, which is in the description. That is our Facebook group for this page. We have another group called the Blessed Disco Balls, or the Blessed Disco Ball Warriors, and we're going to come out with a shirt for that. And that is a group where we have for those that would like to eat healthier, that that would like to eat healthier, and the Lighthouse Beacons group is coming right up right now. That want to eat healthier, maybe that are on Weight Watchers, trying to lose weight as a way of being accountable to each other. So we have two groups, but we can be a beacon of light, and we can certainly show those disco balls, right? And get them going. And so that's what the disco balls, if you see them. And I'm in the process of actually making keychains for our merch store that look like disco balls, that if people would like to order, they can. Sometimes broken pieces are meant to fit with others so we can help them feel whole. Absolutely. That's what we've talked about kind of in the beginning. If you go back and watch some of that, at the very beginning, there was tapes that went on in my head that said, nobody wants to be my friend. Nobody likes me. I'm this, I'm that. And those tapes were running pretty full in my head. Therapy helped, but also friendships that I found. People that just became dear friends with, that have helped those tapes almost just kind of disappear. And I've gotten to the point now, a year, and I have quite a story of how this whole journey started. And I thought, when we do the YouTube chatter, I'll do it. When I do the YouTube chatter, I will talk about that journey of how I got to the point of wanting to even think about doing this. But for me, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? You don't like me? That's fine. Not everybody in this world's going to like me. Well, you have a good night too, PJ. Thank you very much. Not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay. I have to like myself. My family has to they have to love me, hopefully, and they do. I don't have to be liked by everybody. But just because somebody and I do clash in our personalities doesn't mean that I'm a terrible person. It means our personalities just don't get along. But I have had so many friends through this YouTube, I never would have imagined it, that I could call it a drop of the hat and they're going to be there for me, day or night. And I'm telling you, people, connection makes such a tremendous difference. And we all need it. Every solitary one of us need it. And it will start taking those tapes that are stuck in here, and they'll start to help get them broken. Sometimes we need other people to help break those tapes up. And I'm telling you, people have come beside me and they have broken them up. And there's every once in a while where they'll start coming back a little bit and go, and I can go back and allow them to go, no, we're not going there again. I always consider myself weirdo lighthouse. You got to shine bright to show the way to your full weirdness. I love that. That is awesome. That's one of the hardest lessons we all need to learn. Plus, no matter what lengths you go to, always be somebody that didn't fit well and won't like us. But it's okay. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. I 100% agree. And I love that comment about being, there was a comment, somebody said, if you're not doing something weird, you're not doing it right. And that's true. But I can come across a little bit at times overwhelming. I have a strong personality. Blame it on my dad, but I do. I have a strong personality. I have never met a stranger. I'm very open. I can talk a lot. I just have this, I have this strong personality. There's nothing wrong with that. But to some people that are quiet, it can be a little bit overwhelming and they quite don't know how to handle it. And I've had to learn over the years as I've gotten older and wiser that I can harness that, but I need to be reading people better. If they're more quiet, then I need to maybe draw it back a little bit so I don't overwhelm them. When I hang out with Weird Al, even if when I hang out with Weird Al, even felt a little weird for him. I embrace my weirdness anymore. Well, that's awesome. We all need to do that. We all are different and unique. I was saying this the other day. If you think about even just a giraffe that has all those spots, if you look at them, every solitary giraffe, their spots are different in just the little bit of ways. You know, you think of we've got our dog, Mocha, which you go through and you'll see her on YouTube Shorts. And you know what? I guarantee if you put another dog together that looked identical to her, she'd be different from that other dog. We all are different, and we all need to embrace that. But we all can learn from each other, and we can all help to put those broken pieces of glass on that disco ball and then shine that beacon of light from the lighthouse and make us all shine bright as could be. And be just a beacon to say, hey guys, connect with each other. I think that we've lost that to some degree. We've lost that, and yet we've lost how to do it in a way that says, oh, I'm offended by that. And that's one thing that I really, really want to, I'm willing to collaborate with some people, because I thought I'd love to have some people on that we have differing opinions, but we're friends, and we can have the different opinions, and at the end of it, we can say, still love you, still consider you my friend. I'm not offended. I'm not upset. I'm going to be respectful. You be respectful of me, and we have a lovely discussion at the end of it. Say, okay, still call her my friend, or him my friend, or whatever it is. And I really want to start having some of those, because boy, do I think we need to see it more than what's out there. We are like snowflake. Not one is the same, but all are beautiful in their own way. Absolutely. 110%. 110%. Everyone is different. So I've been on here for a lot longer than I thought I was going to be on here, and I have got to go mod on the lifeboat. If you haven't checked that out, go over and check the lifeboat. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to get ready for bed. I'm going to have my snack and bring in the 10 skeins of yarn. I don't know how I'm going to bring this in. I was like, I'll have to show you all one day. I'll take a picture and put it on the community post. Oh, my Lord. And so I'm going to get off of here. You all have a great day. Hopefully tomorrow I will feel like I have a little bit more energy. And if not, I'm going to take it easy. And everyone has a story. And the reasons they are who they are at the time. So they always have lessons to teach. Absolutely. Martial art reflections. I think I would love to maybe sometime this month we can get together, and I would love to do a show. Hi, the panda. Have a great night, everybody. Go over to the lifeboat. Stay connected. Remember that you all are unique. You are special. God only made one of you. Everyone else is taken. Embrace yourself. We don't have Scott to take us out to say being proud of, I'm so proud to be me. I'm proud to be me. Be proud of being yourself. Stay connected. And like he says at the very beginning, when I have him on in our intro, we've got you covered. Thanks for sticking with us. And remember, have a great night. We got you covered. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.